Hello everybody. So, as I told other people, I go live so I don't have to edit later. So I'm just going to do some drawing today, working some inking. Hopefully this all works. Yeah, so let's get started. So, what you see is what was supposed to be my Inktober book for last year. I wish cameras would stop auto focusing. It'd be great if you figure out how that works or help me. That sounds good. Getting followers is nice. Follow the stream. They are down. Oh, gotta move windows over here. Ish. Anyways, it's my Inktober book. Didn't get much into it. I got hit with a big side gig that took up all my time, so ended up delivering a little late, but it all worked out, I guess. So I'm gonna work on this today. Let's pull out some pieces. I wanted to show off. Sticking to the Kurotake, let's go with the Mangaka Flex. I wish cameras will have a steady focal length. It's blurry, bothers me. I'll fix it in a second. So flex, I get a medium, another medium. A fine would be amazing if I can find a fine. There's a pencil, which is nice to have. A Pentel Twist, I believe. No, Twist Erase. There you go. You got those. Let's grab a nice white. There. What else do we need here, guys? No one's here, which is fine. This is for later. Jelly roll. Now let's go to a pencil bag. If I can find it. There it is. I think I saw it. Pull out the pencil bag. See what we got in here. We got the Zebra pencil or pen. I picked it up. It's metal. I picked it up and was like, I have to have one. So there's that is. Oh, got flexes. Got a fine. Yay. And what is this? That's a sign pen. Let's stick to that for now. There we go. Nope. Let's make an adjustment. I thought it was focused earlier, but I was incorrect. So, I'm gonna go put on some music for myself. Maybe y'all can hear it, maybe not. Probably not. Putting on some DJ Shaolin. Found his Twitch. Oh god. Missed this stuff so much. Oh, everything's super shaky. So let's go with fine. Oop. So the idea is about, I always look at inking as carving. I'm cutting into the dimensional space to give things depth. But I also like graffiti things, so things get a little wonky sometimes because I'll just throw things in. So I'm gonna carve out some shapes. Let's see what's out there. I need to figure out how to do all these windows It's cumbersome. So I like to just kind of make things. Oops. Let's go with a medium. Medium's a lot fatter. I always like these Kuretake pens. They give you a lot of different shapes and sizes in your line weight. And it's really smooth. It tapers really, really well. Dries quickly. Flows really nice. It's a nice dark line almost immediately. So you can get things, you get smooth like fucking butter. I know a lot of people like them. They're really popular. They're not refillable, but they're really affordable, which is nice. So you can buy these in bulk, so not be so terrible. It's not like an investment pen where you're spending, oops, off the page, like $11 or something like that on one pen. These are $3 a piece. It's my fat medium. Here's my flexible. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to draw. It's not in focus. Why? Right there. Right there would be perfect, but it won't sit there. Anyways, I'll let it settle. So you can see it gives a lot of cool different shapes and sizes. All the taper is really nice. If you're wondering what this is an artifact from an old indie comic called Creed. I used to draw this thing all the time when I was younger. And so, something quick and easy. The idea was the book was I was going to fill in a couple places with pencils. So if I have to just get started, I can just run into it. Just jump into a page and leave some blank, so I'll just kind of skip around depending on what I feel like doing. So I was going to pencil some more complicated pages and some more simple pages. Like this would have been if I was feeling a little squirrely, go ham on this thing. Or something simple like that, nice and easy. Talking about texture, different exercises about inking. Because people always get intimidated by inking. It's permanent, but there's still ways to like work around it. Anyways, Sketch Wallet, sketch pads, they're awesome. And just understanding what you're trying to accomplish with your inks. And a lot of times my pencils become very simple because I do a lot of my work in the inks. Just kind of depending on what I'm working on. So it's been a while since I've done shiny textures, so I'll just come in. This is very kind of comic booky. Just making up shapes as I go, remembering looking at 90s Image comics where you have a highlight, a dark area. If you look at metals, there's that. You can see it. Got a highlight. Oh, there it is. And areas that are just really black and areas that are kind of gray, the reflection part of it. So it's kind of what I'm mimicking. Just trying to block in some shapes to make it work. And go here. Kind of react to the metal, make it look raised. That's where we start from there. Grab some of this stuff. Cool thing about the flexes is that depending on how you hold it, you get a different shape out of it. It just takes some practice with what it does. And once you get a hang of it, it kind of, you can control it, but sometimes I let it do its thing. It's not the same as a brush pen, like a brushy brush pen, where that thing is, you're just hanging on for the ride. Like, there's some control, but the brush gods will do what the brush gods will do. This is a fine. Let's jump into a medium. So what I love about the Kuretake brand, like I said before, is very affordable. I feel they kind of still position themselves as a nice stationery company versus trying to be a fine arts company, and it shows in their pricing. It's affordable. It makes sense. You don't have that fine arts markup that you see when you put the word art in front of something. It becomes $8 pricier. So that's why I like them. They're very functional too. There's some art you want to hang on to forever, but some art that is very temporary. That's the life we live, especially as a commercial artist. I remember one of my professors at UNT said that the stuff that we make is temporary. We make trash. We make things that people throw away. So don't get too attached, because the second it comes out, you are already on to the next fifth thing. So when when Christmas comes out, when I was working in fashion retail, when Christmas rolls out, I am so confused. We have been working Christmas at that place. We start in July. Holiday book starts in like July, maybe June. Just to like, even June's like planning phases. You hear about the nightmares that they're gonna have to go through. So I remember hanging out and seeing Halloween and being very confused. I was like, Halloween? We just had Christmas. Why is it Halloween? I was like, oh, it's October. I've been digging in holiday stuff since August. Oh, off the page again. That's where I am. So this thing is an artifact from an indie book called Creed. If you knew me in my middle school, you saw me carry this stuff around. You saw me copy this artwork. For some reason, it really resonated with me. It's black and white, which is cool. There wasn't a lot of it, so, and it was bold. Its artwork was crazy. It was very high schooly. It was very outsider kid, fantasy world, hero kind of motif. Everything you needed at that right age bracket. You know, school bullies, giant jeans. It was amazing. Fantasy world. I don't know where. I remember. I think I saw it in a preview in a Wizard, if I remember correctly. It's a long time ago, and I found it somewhere. I was like, oh, that's cool. I remember finding it, and then that was it. So now every once in a while, especially when I did a lot more Comic Cons, I'll wander off. Like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm going to go Creed hunting. I'll just go through the long boxes looking for issues, because people are like, shut your face. You're never going to find. I found a couple issues. They float around here and there. I remember I thought I found pages once, like out in the wild. I didn't have enough money then. I have a couple originals now. They're on my wall. I'm in the book. I'm in the omnibus. I ran into Trent because I found out that the creator worked at Blizzard, and I went to go visit, and word had gotten out among my travel friends that I was a big fan, and so my tour guide Kim made sure to swing us by his office. I brought my books. I got some signed. I was like, in case he's here, because the weirder things have happened. And so that was cool. And we chatted for a bit. And he had a couple questions about his book, the book, like just graphic. I just gave him a little tip, little things that if you're not a designer, you're not really looking out for, because you're, as an artist, like, it's functional, cool, I get it, it works, but as a designer, you're looking for consistency and QAing things. So that was kind of neat. It's around here somewhere. I've been cleaning, so I'm at home, which has been nice. This is the jelly roll. So what people always seem to do is press the pen to the paper. If I can find a focal length here. Oh, okay. So at the tip here, I had a page that I saw that had scraps on it. There we go. So the tip here of a jelly roll, I feel, so you have your ball and you have the metal. So this ball here, there's a coating of ink right on top of it. You don't want to press the metal to the paper. You want to glide that white jelly right there. You just want to glide it across the paper. Because I think when you press the metal to the paper, it creates a valley and it pushes the ink to the side. So you don't get the line that you're looking for. You get this weird shape and the ink doesn't really want to sit on it. So you don't want to press it. You just want to glide that top part right across your paper. And that's how you get that nice white line. So it's a little trick. Invest in a nice mechanical pencil. Find a brand that you like and just stick to it. That's what I like to do. So I've been using these mechanical pencils for quite a while. And it lasts for a while. Once you buy something and spend some money on something, I'm not talking like a lot of money, but once you spend more than usual on something, you kind of keep track of it a little better. Because you're like, I spent money on that thing. I got to keep my eye on that. Oh my god, y'all don't understand. I am blasting Shaolin and it is heavenly. It's hard to find like good, well maybe I just don't know where to look. Just breakbeats. This is what I kind of grew up on, oddly enough. There's a time period where it's a lot what I listened to. You know, finding underground VHS tapes of b-boy competitions, bootlegs and things. They make them out there. It's just not a lot. So here's this. It's not bad. Some kind of work. I'll see. I'm trying to cut into it. Make a shadow, make it deep, add depth to it. So yeah, there we go. There's that. Maybe I'll add a little. Here's the white Kurt brush. This one is running out of ink because this is our demo. I gotta find the refills. But hark, I know I have. Oh, there it is. No, I hit a button on accident on my keyboard. Don't remove the layer. No. There you go. Saved it. Bottle of ink. I do all my art at home anyway, so I don't travel a lot. So having this kind of stuff makes sense for me. Oh, now for everybody, to be quite honest. See? Look at that. So good. The ink is great when you buy it like this. You can honestly use just a tube of acrylic paint and just water, but this has been kind of mixed to this consistency, so it's nice. Like you can use the tube paints where it's more fluid acrylic. I feel that one doesn't give you a nice clean line sometimes. I use the hard body and I water it down. There are different fluidities to acrylics. Took me a while to figure that one out. Oh, off the page again. I'm learning, guys, so I'm not sure if I said it here, but I do this live because I am lazy and I don't want to edit. And it's not my forte. I am a graphic designer. This video stuff and broadcast stuff is fairly new to me, but it's been fun. It's good to be multi-skilled, I think, especially nowadays. You bring a lot to the table when you have a lot of different skill sets, and you can pivot quickly, and also you can, what's the word for it? You're a good teammate. You can fit in with a group of developers, marketing, CRM, analytics. But if you're clueless to the other portions of it, you become a hindrance. But, you know, if you kind of know what they're talking about and you can keep up, you can move things along quickly. There's less questions. It makes everybody's life super easy. Well, not super easy. A lot better. I'll give it that. Like, it works out better for everybody if you're knowledgeable in different things. Which I had to do. I grew up, was taught traditionally print design, CMYK, 300 DPI, that kind of stuff. So digital's been interesting. I remember someone asked me talking about a print thing or a design for a company, and they said, "What do you think about the new website?" And I just said it felt like a print design did it, and they kind of like scoffed at me. It's like, no, there's a style. Print people who come from a certain category, like catalog background, they design websites like catalogs, and you can tell it looked like the back page of a newspaper of all these little squares. It didn't take into account anything. It felt like it was designed in Excel, and it wasn't an insult. It was just a different style. It was just a wrong style for the application at the end. You gotta recognize that, and it's a problem a lot of people have. They don't recognize that kind of stuff. So I call myself a designer artist. I've worked in high-end things, so it's designer. I know, clever. The idea of an artist that I draw, illustrator, comic book background, did a lot of comic stuff. And if you're listening, kids, take your Comic-Con, your convention. It's a business, so you're in on your resume or in an interview. It's like, this is things I tried out. I did it in person. I do things that help me figure out the other end of the business. So when in this particular job, I can go all in on the design, but I have like I said, if you know the whole process, it helps out everybody. There you go. Hope it focuses. I'll find out a focal length for this goddamn area. I had it for half a second. So here's that. So what we used today was the Kuretake Mangaka Flexes. It's flexible. It's a medium. There's another medium. Here's the fine. Here's my Pentel Twist 3. Love these mechanical pencils. We got the Jelly Roll. Everybody knows what Jelly Rolls are. If you don't, now you know. We got the Kuretake white brush right here. Good stuff. It's clean, smooth. Bristles is still good. It's our demo. We use it all the time. Holds up really well. Doesn't fray. And then we have our white ink. So this has been the art live stream. Hopefully it went well. And there it is. Logo. Now it focuses. Well, for half a second. Peace out, guys.